Is good, everybody? My Paper Moon fam. It's your boy, PaperSin, aka the Hokage of the village. Hitting in that loud, you know what I'm saying? I'm back with another reaction video, you know what I'm saying? A little something, something. And, with recent music dropping, you know what I'm saying? It feels like, are we good and with hip hop, rap, R&B? Are we is the music industry in general good? Because like even Drake's newest album dropped, and then you have people like Charlamagne, of course, and Joe Budden, kind of being pretty critical about it, like pretty much saying that it's lacking. You know what I'm saying? Like it drops. Charlamagne was talking like it dropped Friday, but people didn't start talking about the lyrics and things until Monday. I mean, that could just be people getting having time to go over it, but then it could just also be like, is it lacking? And then Joe Budden was like, yo, this album is like Yachty rapping for kids. Like I want to hear adult Drake rap about adult things. But anyway, we got this video here that's titled "The Music Industry is Going Broke and Desperate. The Real Truth." And it's by the YouTube channel TROYCETV. As always, links to everything will be in the description below, so be sure to check them out. Let's get started.
And that will never happen again. Music nowadays is run by TikTok, and you can maybe get a song to chart well. Albums aren't being made anymore. There aren't conceptual albums like Christina was doing, like Justin was doing. Those don't sell. It's a singles market game, and it's a gimmick game at best.
Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, my loves. It's Destin Troyce, and you're watching TROYCETV. So for today's video, I feel like I gotta really get on here and talk about why the music industry is going broke. So as we all know, the music industry has been going through a downward spiral literally for the past 20 years. I want to say ever since CDs pretty much went out of style, music has pretty much depleted and went downhill. And we've seen a massive turn in the music industry. So much that even nowadays, literally any and everything gets on. I mean, look at all the people within the past 5 years that have been able to blow up. I mean, currently, as we speak, one of the hottest entertainers and female rappers in the world right now is Sexyy Red. And Sexyy Red is a decent rapper, but she's insanely mainstream for some odd reason. I mean, when you look at someone like Sexyy Red, you wonder to yourself, why is she famous? Because she came out with a lipstick line recently, and let me just tell you that when I found out what she was naming her lipsticks, that's when I was like, okay, this world is going to hell in a handbasket.
I got a lip gloss brand, and the names for my lip gloss is something that nobody would have ever thought of. I got one called Nut, and it's the color of some nut. I got one called Gonorrhea. It's green like gonorrhea. I got one called Yellow Discharge, like how girls be having yellow discharge.
Bro, what?
Booty hole brown, coochie juice. And coochie juice is clear with silver glitter. It's cute, like the cute, and it smells good. And it's so like, you know, people gonna talk but other people was like, you is a marketing genius, because the so fast.
What the
Speaking
fuck?
of Sexyy Red, let's also talk about Moneybagg Yo. So
Hold up. Are y'all buying that shit? Yeah, apparently she said it sold. Y'all are buying lip gloss and shit that's called coochie juice, gonorrhea, and all that other nasty. Are y'all serious? Man.
Moneybagg Yo is one of the most successful rappers in this current, past 2 years. And did you guys know that there's been a lot of controversy surrounding around him and a lot of other entertainers because they can't sell out arenas, but yet they keep booking arenas?
Bro.
Holy shit.
I swear to God, I'm so motherfucking heated right now. I can't stand for somebody to talk shit and I can't get to them. Cause you're not talking about Nate.
So for those of y'all who didn't know, we're currently going through this crazy thing in Hollywood right now where a lot of actors and entertainers and directors and screenplay writers and anyone that's involved in the entertainment industry has pretty much been walking out of work. So as we all know, the writer's strike has been huge right now where a lot of people in the entertainment industry are not going to work until these corporate giants that control most of the streaming platforms and most of the television networks give a bigger piece of their pie. And it's been horrible. So I live out here in Los Angeles, and Tichina Arnold has been out here in the front lines during the writer's strike. And she recently came forth and said that she's not making that much money like a lot of people think she is, after she is literally one of the most influential actors of our time. This is Tashina Arnold. This is Pam from Martin. This is Rochelle from Everybody Hates Chris. And even she's struggling.
Bro, I'm looking at her like...
I officially became a SAG-AFTRA member at age 13. Back when it was just AFTRA and SAG separately. So I've been in it that long. I've been in show business all my life since I was 11 years old. And this is all I've done all my life. So I respect it, I honor it, and I work for it. And as a lot of us do, performers do, and writers, we work very hard, and we have to take care of each other. So it's not just one thing, but we want fairness, better health care, better residuals. I literally get 1 cent residuals. I'm like, damn. The paper costs more than the residuals. So we just got to make a change, you know. I'm not against corporate America, but corporate America has to share not a crumb of the pie. They have to share a piece of the pie, and we want a full piece. So
corporate America is definitely against you, unfortunately.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Hope everything works out.
Even worse, the music industry is also participating in the writer's strike.
Oh. Not
everyone, but a good portion of people who are songwriters are now going to be involved in the writer's strike. So recently, a very popular singer-songwriter went viral all over social media because she spoke out and she said that as a songwriter, she has gotten so many awards, so many accolades, but yet she's struggling.
I am a Grammy award-winning songwriter. I have
even for Drake,
for some really awesome artists like Zendaya, Jason Derulo, Cassie. The celebrity aspect of the entertainment industry is what really makes it hard for us to advocate for ourselves.
Maybe not.
It erases your humanity. Fame does not equal money. Fame means everybody knows you. That doesn't mean everyone's paying you. I'm excited about the WGA and SAG strike because it's giving people the opportunity. It's like lifting, like to be behind the curtain. Songwriters and producers are independent contractors. So it is our right to a contract. It is our right to negotiate our pay, but we're denied our rights. Our income is controlled by the government, while record labels are able to negotiate with a Spotify or an Apple. Songwriters and publishers are not. We have to go through the Copyright Royalty Board, which is 3 judges in DC who decide how much we make for streaming. Right now, we get 15.1% of the total revenue in the US. That 15.1 is split between your publisher, all your co-writers and the producers, and you know, everybody that has publishing on the song. Record companies make the lion's share. They are a very big culprit in why songwriters are making such little money. There is a whole working class of people behind the scenes in the music industry that are struggling right now. There are people who are quitting. There are people who are starting to like pivot into other things because they can't survive off of writing songs. And it's so crazy because the thing is like you write.
Holy shit! So that 15.1% gets split up into to all these different people and companies, and these songwriters are probably making like 0.1%. That the songwriters are probably making the 0.1%, and the other 15% is getting split up as it should, or as it is. But holy man, just because like I don't get it. Like just pay people. Just like why ain't it being a songwriter for hit songs and a Grammy songwriter and still not being able to like, and still having trouble like, making money? Like what? Like you're not getting
these massive songs and you see the whole world dancing to them and celebrating to them, and you're broke. It's really hard on your mental health as well. Like I talk to so many people who are like suffering from depression, suffering from anxiety, suffering from suicidal ideations, because it's a real mind to be a part of creating something that you are watching make everybody else rich. We deserve to be in a free market and to negotiate directly with the people who are using our music, just like the record companies and the artists are able to.
So what really brought me to make this video was the fact that Katy Perry, one of the biggest entertainers in the world, where she was in her prime back in the early 2000s. Most of us, I don't care who you are, we all love a Katy Perry song. Firework, I Kissed a Girl, Teenage Dream, everything. Like Taylor Swift is one of the most influential pop stars of the early 2000s.
Okay.
And come to find out, Katy Perry just sold her publishing for a couple $100 million. When I heard that, my first instinct was, wow, this is getting scary. Katy Perry hasn't even been in the entertainment industry for 20 years yet, but yet she's selling her publishing. Someone selling their publishing doesn't make any sense to me unless they've been around for at least 2 or 3 decades. Someone like Beyonce, Smokey Robinson, or even someone like Aretha Franklin, that makes sense because they have a catalog that extends decades. But a lot of artists who are in our recent times are selling their publishing.
But I know Justin Bieber sold his publishing as well. But I think it's like, because when they sign with certain labels, they get money up front, and I believe that money comes with interest. And so they have to have a certain amount of streams they have to have a ton of streams and a ton of records sold and stuff like that just to pay back what they get borrowed, I guess, from the label. And then some artists, I guess, just end up selling their publishing to help pay that back or something.
But unfortunately, it wasn't just Katy Perry. It recently made headlines that Justin Bieber sold all of his masters for all his past albums and past singles. I'm talking about all his music, like Baby, What Do You Mean, his entire album Purpose, everything from 2023 and before, he sold to a major media company. And it's unfortunate because he sold it for a reported $200 million. I'm not sure how accurate that number is, but he sold most of his masters for $100 million plus. And that's really unfortunate because Justin Bieber has sold over 150 million records worldwide. Why is Justin Bieber selling his publishing? You know, publishing is powerful. We all know that when you sell your publishing, whoever owns that can do whatever the hell they want with it. And, you know, this goes back to that episode of Black Mirror where once they own your publishing and once any major executive owns your publishing, they can license your music to do whatever they want with it. They can let anyone sample it. You know, if Trump wanted to start a rap career, if he wanted to, he could sample a Justin Bieber song. And guess what? There's not much Justin Bieber can probably do about it because he just sold the masters to it. Justin Bieber recently released his recent project called JB6, which he released this during the pandemic around 2021. And unfortunately, this heavily underperformed. Even though it was an EP, it still didn't do that well, which was a shock because this is Justin Bieber. You know, he's basically been a single artist for the past 4 years. You know, no one really has been listening to a body of work of his in a long time. You know, his era of being one of the biggest artists in the world, unfortunately, is kind of over. And since his music is underperforming, Justin Bieber also is struggling with Lyme disease. Why would he want to struggle and make more music for an ungrateful generation, all while he's also struggling with a chronic illness? He just got married a few years ago, and he wants to settle down and build his family. He'd rather probably just invest his money into other aspects of his life, so I get it. But the list of people who sold their masters unfortunately goes on. Now, on top of that, did y'all know that Whitney Houston's manager and former best friend recently sold her masters? Yes, Pat Houston, also known as Whitney Houston's sister-in-law, who was married to Whitney Houston's brother. Pat Houston, who also doesn't have a good reputation with Whitney Houston's fans, a lot of people are accusing her of milking Whitney Houston's legacy and being a slimy snake. So Pat Houston has pretty much been trying to use every bit of Whitney's catalog so she can get a quick cash out.
Reputation, build on the brand. For instance, Whitney Houston, a line of MAC Cosmetics, her own perfume. The Houston estate and Primary Wave began working together in 2019.
We've done a biographical film. We have a new gospel album. We have a Broadway show in development.
It has to feel right. And I would not do anything that I didn't think she would be proud of.
One of the first meetings with Houston's estate and Primary Wave involved going through her old recordings.
We found a track deep in the vault called Higher Love, and one of my creatives got Kygo very quickly to remix the record.
Oh,
her
shit.
brand, unfortunately, was tarnished by a lot of issues. And so we said, look, we have to bring the conversation back to music.
Air Supply has also embraced the partnership, including this AAA ad.
Oh my God.
So apparently, Whitney Houston's manager,
Bro, what
right
the
along with this man right here, Larry Mestel, who bought the masters for Whitney's music, is making it clear that her legacy was tarnished recently. Which around that time when the masters were sold, Whitney Houston was going through that controversy because Whitney Houston's secret lesbian gay lover came forth and said that she was in a very serious relationship with Whitney Houston. So he's trying to use that as an excuse for why he wants to navigate it and make it all about music again, as if this is supposed to benefit Whitney Houston and her fans, when in reality, we don't even know how much Pat even made off of Whitney Houston's masters, because Whitney Houston is Whitney Houston. So it's really insane that she made it clear that Whitney Houston would have been proud of this and okay with this.
It has to feel right. And I would not do anything that I didn't think she would be proud of.
Fancy hearing that from her, because she hasn't always had the best history with Whitney, and she also hasn't had the best history with Whitney's mother. But that's another video. So for those of y'all who are wondering, why is there always a new Whitney Houston film coming out every 2 years? Whitney Houston documentary, Whitney Houston book, Whitney Houston gospel album.
On her image and shit.
Been gone for like a decade. Why the heck do we keep hearing about a gospel album or a tour? Because if y'all didn't know, Whitney Houston also has a hologram that's been going on tour every other year.
Are you serious? Wow, these companies and people are like just milking for every cent they can. They're like bloodsuckers that just will, even after death, they will milk you dry, and then they'll milk your bone marrow. And then they'll milk your ashes. Like, what the fuck?
First of all, who the fuck is buying these tickets? Who is trying to see this?
Good question.
Bullshit? This is weird as hell. And let me tell y'all something. Most of y'all may say, well, we don't know if Whitney would have been okay with this. We don't know. Maybe her manager / sister-in-law is telling the truth. Now, Dionne Warwick, the legendary singer, soul singer, recently came forth and did an interview on Andy Cohen, and she made it very clear that she is not fucking with that hologram shit.
I am not a fan of the fact that they decided to do that. That doesn't please me at all.
The estate had to say yes to that, right? Yeah, right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, not please, man.
Yes, no, I got it. right, okay.
No, they need to let Whitney rest. Leave her alone. I mean,
right. But let me ask you this. Conversely, for someone who is a fan who never got to see her perform, could it be a way to simulate that idea?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
you can never recreate Whitney.
Right.
Ever.
There you go.
If you want to see her, she's done enough television.
Right.
She has a couple of movies out you can go see.
Yeah.
You must look at her face. But
yes.
I mean, you got a lot of music to listen to. That's her legacy.
A lot of her fans, because she didn't have to speak out like that. Now, the fact that she even spoke out and that she was biting her tongue, and she really looked like she wanted to say more, but she couldn't. So the fact that this even happened, and Dionne Warwick, someone who knows Whitney personally, says that she's not fucking with it, that tells me that she knows good and well that Whitney wouldn't have fucked with it either. Now we got John.
I mean, I don't think Whitney would have been okay with that either. But I don't know, man. Like, if it really do seem like the people in the music industry be trying to just dry up everything they can from every artist they can. Then you have our artists selling their masters and everything, their library, just for a couple $100 million, and like big artists too. And then you got like the current music is kind of, at least in the hip hop world and everything like that, in hip hop, R&B, rap, the current music is kind of, getting to a point where it's the same thing over and over again. It's not diverse. It's nothing different. It's nothing new. It's nothing, I don't know, man. There needs to be a change somehow, some way. And it is looking like it's better off, if you're going to be an artist, music artist, it's better off for you to stay independent. Don't be fucking with these labels. Don't be selling your masters to them. Nothing like that. Stay independent, make your money, do your own tours, do all that stuff. It may seem a little more difficult, may seem like it takes more work, but it's gonna be worth it in the long run, in my opinion. But I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. There's still another 15 minutes in the video. I'm gonna go watch it by myself. As always, link to the video, link to the channel, both in the description. So be sure to check out TROYCETV. And while you're there, don't forget to do those 3 things I like to ask you to do. And like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. There we go. Yeah. And you know what it is after that. In case I don't see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace. Much love to you.